This video is brought to you by... No, I'm just kidding. I just love perfume. You asked me, yourself. Hi, girlie. You asked me for a video where I explain how I made this specific AI advert. I'm gonna let you watch it right now. I made it without a camera, without a studio, without a team. It's AI. And in this video, I'm gonna give you the exact formula of how I made this video so that you can create such videos for your customers and clients. And how the same formula made me this fun Call of Duty short. So let's break it down step by step. So we are going through 5 steps today. We have the storyboard, the prompts, the image creation, video creation, and then editing and sound effect. So let's go. Step 1, before I touch any AI tools, I go to Pinterest and I collect. I go to the search section, I write down what I'm looking for, and then I'm just looking. What stops my scrolling? What gives me the exact feeling that I want my AI advert that I'm gonna create to give the viewer? And that's what I take and put in my storyboard. For the type of content that I create, I like to create something that you cannot tell if it's AI. You would definitely feel like there was a fashion director behind it. Cinematic with high contrast. Moody but beautiful. Even you can't tell if it's a film or if it's an actual advert. So the type of shots that I've collected were divided into sections. There was beauty close-up shots. There was floating product shots. There was this luxury fragrance campaign aesthetics. And then there were such that are dark dramatic lighting. And then I locked my color palette for this project, which was red mostly, but then black and white. And the reason behind the color palette is because when all of the AI advert respects the same color palette, it feels like it was shot within the same session. It feels like it belongs to the same world. And I try with all of my creations, I try to make it feel like it belongs to the same world. Even if every AI image was generated separately from a separate reference, from separate content. And my storyboard is not fancy, it's just an Excel sheet document. For this specific project, because it was not an AI film, I did not have character. The table was very simple. It was the shot number, the shot type, the prompt, and then the reference. It was very simple. Step 2 is image creation. And for image creation, I use Freepik. And the model that I use on Freepik is Nano Banana Pro. And the thing here is that for each reference, I generate multiple images. Because at the end of the day, AI is not perfect and the result that it gives you is not specifically what you really want. So you have to keep on generating over and over again and making tweaks until you find that perfect picture that aligns with your vision, or at least that the closest, if AI wasn't able to recreate the vision that you have in your head. And when it comes to the prompt, I rely on ChatGPT to help me with my prompts. And when it comes to the input that I give Freepik to give me the results, I attach the reference with the prompt. This way it already has an idea of the type of results that I'm looking for. And in the prompts, I write what I would want to have differently in that image. This makes it a lot easier for me. And I know what you think. It's like copying, but really it's not. That's actually how creative work has been made. One of my mentors actually taught me this. The best creators steal like artists. They see what works, they understand why it works, and then they add their own vision into it so it becomes theirs. This is why when I work with a storyboard, I don't start with a blank page. I never start with a blank page. I start with what moves me and then I tweak it so that I would make it mine. Like I said, I take the reference, I put it as an upload on Freepik, and then in the prompt, I like what I want to change in it. Either change the product, either change the color palette, either change the details, or sometimes I would merge 2 images into Freepik and I would recreate something that merges both ideas. Step 3, now the images becomes videos. I bring the image into Kling on hex field. And here, I would either use Kling 2.6 if I have one image. If I have a first frame and a last frame, I would use Kling 2.5. I haven't used Kling 3 much. I mostly depend on Kling 2.6 and Kling 2.5, first frame and last frame. Here, what I would put into the prompt in Kling is the type of motion that I would want. Now, my video prompt is completely different from the image prompt. Because here, I'm not describing what I see, I'm describing what moves and how it moves. So the direction, the speed, the energy. And to be completely honest, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna write the full prompt. If I see that the movement is very complicated, I would try to describe it at the best of my abilities to ChatGPT and have ChatGPT recreate that description into something that is more optimized. And then I would put that ChatGPT result into Kling prompt. I would heavily rely on AI to help me create prompts. If it's very simple, straightforward, it's even better. I would write up that one sentence on Kling. If it's like a bit of a complex movement with lots of visual effects, I would write that into AI and help me give me the most optimized prompt. It is very common in AI generation field that the results might not be exactly what you want, and it most likely will take more than one attempt, more than 2 attempts, more than 3 attempts. Some people reach 20, 30. It is okay, it is normal. And sometimes you would just take the best out of each flawed generation that you have and just glue them all together. This is also something that tried and works. You just have to make it work. As an AI advert specialist, your job is more of problem solving than it is generation. It's more creative direction and problem solving. The AI is actually the one who's doing the execution. If you want the actual prompts that I used to create the AI advert, let me know and I will make a document and I will share it with you. Step 5, editing. Bring all of the videos that you've generated into your favorite editor. For this specific project, I used Premiere Pro and After Effects. Why? Because I played with the timeline. I wanted it to be highly engaging, so every 1 second, every 2 seconds, every 0.5 seconds sometimes, I would use a completely different video, completely different project, a different shot. And I played with the speed of the video. So some videos were high speed, some videos were slow motion. I could have done that with AI, but I managed to do it with After Effects as well. So the structure and the rhythm of the video, they were like fast, fast, then a longer video to let the viewer breathe. Then fast, fast, then zoom out. Then fast, fast, then hold. So that you capture his attention no matter what. Whenever he's, okay, no, there's more. No, there's more. Fast cuts create excitement and keep attention. And then the slow moment in the middle gives the brain a moment to appreciate what it's seeing. And then you pull them back in with bass. And then the music, I'm not gonna lie to you, I did not spend much time with music. I chose one music on 11 Labs that felt like it vibes with the advert and I put it there. I chose the best section and I made the closure of that section feel natural. I made the entrance feel natural for the viewer to start the video and then end the video, and that's it. And I used the exact same formula when I created this AI short that I've made of me just taking off my jacket and then turning and then going towards the TV and then jumping and then becoming inside the TV as a character, and then it happens that what was in the TV was Call of Duty game, and then I become one of the Call of Duty female players, and I have my weapon with me, and then I'm playing along the game Call of Duty. It was so much fun. I was just on my Instagram and I saw this girl did it and I was like, this is so cool and I'm gonna recreate it. And this was so simple. You guys can do it. Take a picture of yourself, put it on Freepik Nano Banana Pro, and then put the prompt that will recreate you in a living room where there's a TV behind you that has Call of Duty. And then of course I can share with you the image prompts and the video prompts in the document as well. Just let me know if you need that. And once the image is created, you take that image into Kling. I used Kling 2.6. You put in your prompt. I can share with you the prompt. It was very specific prompt that I made, and that's it. You take it into your editor. I took the best shots of the generations that I had, and I recreated that result. It is almost the exact same formula because the inspiration, it was distant from Instagram, not from Pinterest. And then the image creation with the prompt on Freepik using Nano Banana Pro model. And then I took this picture to Kling 2.6 with the prompt that describes the emotion. And then I took it into the video editor and I took the best shots and I merged them together and I added the sound effects, which was the same song that was in the girls' video inspiration. And that's it. It is so simple. It is not complicated. You just need to have the tools and to use them smartly and to make the best out of the generations that you have. So that's it. I tried to make it as straight to the point as possible. Let me know if there is any specific part of this video that I made that you didn't quite understand. I can make a specific video about it going in depth. And yeah, I hope that you like this video. And as always, I'm on a journey to find my people, my community. If that's you, hit the subscribe button. Let's help each other up. Let's build each other up. Don't forget to like this video and share it with anyone who needs this information. And that's it. See you in the next one. Bye.